Every morning, one boy sat in the back row with an empty stomach and an empty lunch tray. His teacher noticed. What she did next didn't just change his life, it changed hers forever. Miss Carter had been teaching third grade for 6 years. She loved her job, the drawings taped to her walls, the sound of 20 kids reciting the alphabet, the small victories no one else noticed. But this year, one student was different. His name was Eli, and Miss Carter couldn't stop thinking about him. It started small. Eli would put his head down during lunch instead of eating. He'd flinch when other kids talked about home. His clothes were the same 3 outfits worn on rotation week after week. Miss Carter had seen tired kids before, but this was something else. One afternoon, she kept Eli after class, not to scold him, just to talk. She asked him one simple question. "Did you eat breakfast today?" Eli didn't answer. He just looked down at his shoes, and that silence told her everything she needed to know. The next morning, Miss Carter started bringing 2 lunches to school. One for her, one for Eli. She never made it a big deal. She'd just slide the extra sandwich across the desk and say, "I made too much again." Eli believed her. But it wasn't an accident. Not once. Weeks later, Miss Carter learned the truth. Eli's mother had passed away the year before. His father was working 2 jobs just to keep the lights on, and some nights there simply wasn't enough food to go around. Eli never complained. He never asked for help. He just carried it quietly, the way kids sometimes do when they think no one is watching. That night, Miss Carter couldn't sleep. She kept picturing Eli's face, trying so hard to be okay. So she made a decision. She started driving by his apartment on weekends, dropping off groceries. She helped his father fill out assistance paperwork. She tutored Eli for free after school every single day. It wasn't in her job description. She did it anyway. Then, just before winter break, everything changed. Eli's father collapsed at work. Exhaustion, doctors said, pushed his body past its limit. He was hospitalized for 2 weeks. With no other family nearby, Eli was about to be placed into emergency foster care. A stranger's home, a new school, everything familiar gone in an instant. Miss Carter heard the news in the teacher's lounge. She didn't hesitate. She walked straight into the principal's office and said, "Don't place him in foster care. Let me become his emergency guardian." It meant background checks, home inspections, mountains of paperwork. It meant reshaping her entire life around one child who wasn't even hers, yet. She didn't care. She'd already made up her mind. 6 long weeks later, the call came through. Approved. Miss Carter would become Eli's legal guardian, with the path to full adoption already underway. When she told him, Eli didn't say a word. He just wrapped his arms around her and didn't let go for a long, long time. Eli's father recovered and remained a part of Eli's life, but with Miss Carter's support, the 2 families became one. Eli started coming to school in new clothes, well-rested, smiling. He raised his hand in class again. He laughed with other kids at lunch. The empty tray was gone. The empty seat was gone. Everything about him had changed because someone finally saw him. Years later, Eli would tell people that Miss Carter didn't just feed him one sandwich at a time. She showed him that he mattered long before he believed it himself. And on the day of his high school graduation, he stood at the podium and said the words that made the entire room fall silent. "My mom didn't give birth to me. She gave me a life worth living." She gave him one sandwich. He gave her a reason to believe that kindness always finds its way back. Sometimes the family you were meant for isn't the one you're born into, it's the one you choose to save.